Our planet's history is inscribed in layers of rock, ice, and the fragmented memories we call myth. We chart the rise of human civilization from the crucible of the last ice age, a steady march from scattered hunter-gatherers to the complex societies that built the first cities. But what if this narrative is incomplete? What if, buried beneath the ice and the assumptions of established history, lie the echoes of a world far older, far more advanced than we dare to imagine? 13,000 years ago, the Earth was emerging from the grip of a great glaciation. Temperatures were rising. Life was returning to barren lands. Then, abruptly, the warming trend reversed. A sudden, catastrophic cooling plunged the northern hemisphere back into near-glacial conditions. This enigmatic period, known as the Younger Dryas, lasted some 1,200 years. For decades, its cause remained a profound geological puzzle. Recent discoveries offer a compelling and potentially terrifying explanation. Across continents, from North America to the Near East, geologists have identified a distinct sedimentary layer, a black mat, dating precisely to the onset of the Younger Dryas, approximately 12,800 years ago. Within this layer lies extraordinary evidence. Nanodiamonds formed under immense pressure, magnetic microspherules indicative of extreme temperatures, and crucially, elevated concentrations of elements like iridium and platinum, cosmic fingerprints, typically associated with extraterrestrial impact events. Greenland ice cores corroborate this, revealing a synchronous spike in platinum levels. The hypothesis gaining traction is staggering. The Younger Dryas may have been triggered by the fragmentation and impact of a large comet or asteroid. Such an event would unleash global wildfires, shroud the atmosphere in sun-blocking dust and aerosols, triggering a rapid, devastating climate shift, an impact winter. The subsequent expansion of ice sheets and disruption of ocean currents, like the vital North Atlantic conveyor, would lock the planet into a prolonged deep freeze. It is precisely at the end of this harsh epoch, around 11,600 years ago, that one of archaeology's greatest enigmas emerges from the Anatolian highlands of modern-day Turkey, Göbekli Tepe. Long before the accepted timeline for megalithic construction, agriculture, or even permanent settlements, groups identified as hunter-gatherers achieved the seemingly impossible. They quarried, transported, and erected circles of monolithic T-shaped pillars, some weighing upwards of 16 tons, adorned with sophisticated carvings of animals and abstract symbols. The scale is monumental. The implications, revolutionary. Göbekli Tepe predates Stonehenge by millennia, the pyramids of Giza by 7,000 years. How did nomadic peoples, supposedly lacking complex social organization and advanced technology, conceive and execute such a colossal undertaking? And, perhaps more perplexing, why, after centuries of construction, was this site deliberately and meticulously buried, preserved as if in a time capsule? Within Göbekli Tepe's oldest enclosure, Pillar 43 offers a tantalizing clue. Researchers propose that its intricate carvings, a vulture, a scorpion, various birds, a headless figure, are not mere animal depictions, but a sophisticated form of archaeoastronomy. They argue the symbols correspond to specific constellations, mapping the sky as it appeared around 12,950 years ago. This date aligns remarkably with the proposed time frame of the Younger Dryas impact event. Could Göbekli Tepe be, in part, a memorial to this cataclysm, a marker left by witnesses? If so, this raises profound questions. Could hunter-gatherers possess such advanced astronomical knowledge? And almost concurrently with Göbekli Tepe's construction, Agriculture and animal domestication appear in the same region, the Fertile Crescent. Is this juxtaposition merely coincidence, or does it hint at an external influence, a transfer of knowledge? Here, we venture into controversial territory, exploring a hypothesis that challenges the foundations of prehistory. Could the builders of Göbekli Tepe, or at least their instructors, have been survivors of a sophisticated civilization that flourished before the Younger Dryas cataclysm? A civilization possessing knowledge of astronomy, engineering, and perhaps even agriculture, subsequently lost to environmental upheaval? Did these survivors, scattered and seeking refuge, act as catalysts, seeding nascent cultures with the rudiments of civilization? Consider the Oran-Sphine map of 1531. Decades before Antarctica's official discovery, it depicts a southern polar continent bearing a striking resemblance to Antarctica's general outline. While dismissed by some as speculation based on classical theories of a balanced Earth, the map's detail, including inscribed notations referencing the South Pole and Antarctic Circle, invites scrutiny. Could Fine have accessed source maps originating from a much earlier epoch, perhaps from a seafaring culture with knowledge lost to time? Near Göbekli Tepe lies Karahan Tepe, a potentially contemporaneous or even older site. Its features include pillars and carvings, but also structures suggestive of assembly or teaching and depictions of figures in attire, robes, belts, seemingly anachronistic for hunter-gatherers. The Kalisic statue, found nearby and dated to over 11,000 years ago, echoes the T-pillar's anthropomorphic form, complete with hands clasped over the abdomen and a detailed belt, details hinting at a level of craftsmanship and cultural complexity beyond expectations. Across disparate ancient cultures, separated by vast distances and millennia, a peculiar symbol recurs. A figure, often divine or royal, carries what appears to be a handbag or small container. From Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt to the Olmec and Maya of Mesoamerica, this motif persists. Strikingly, one of its earliest known appearances is found precisely at Göbekli Tepe, carved onto Pillar 43. Could this object symbolize something profound? Perhaps a vessel of knowledge, sacred tools, or the legacy passed down by civilizing figures, the very survivors postulated by our hypothesis? Global mythologies resonate with tales of godlike beings arriving after a great flood or cataclysm. Figures like Quetzalcoatl in Mesoamerica, Viracocha in the Andes, the Apkallu sages in Mesopotamia, all are credited with teaching humanity agriculture, architecture, law, and astronomy. While easily dismissed as metaphor, the consistency of these narratives, wise teachers arriving after disaster, provides compelling, if circumstantial, support for the idea of knowledge transfer from a lost source. If such a civilization existed, where might it have been centered? Some researchers look towards North America. During the late Pleistocene, vast ice sheets covered much of the continent. The dramatic end of the Younger Dryas involved not only warming but also catastrophic meltwater events. The sudden drainage of glacial Lake Missoula, for instance, unleashed floods of unimaginable scale, reshaping landscapes across the Pacific Northwest. Could such events represent the great floods remembered in myth, destroying nascent centers of population and forcing migration? Furthermore, controversial archaeological findings in the Americas, like potential evidence of human activity at Bluefish Caves in Yukon dating back 24,000 years, or the heavily debated Cerruti Mastodon site in California suggesting hominin presence 130,000 years ago, hint at a human occupation far deeper and more complex than previously thought. While highly contested, these discoveries open the possibility for long-term, independent cultural development, potentially culminating in a sophisticated pre-glacial civilization.
The story of a lost Ice Age civilization remains speculative, pieced together from anomalies and interpretations that challenge mainstream thought.
Yet, it forces us to confront the fragility of civilization and the profound impact of cosmic events. The Younger Dryas impact hypothesis links the cataclysm to the Taurid meteor stream, remnants of the comet Inca. This stream and the comet itself still orbit through our solar system. Calculations suggest Comet Encke's path may bring it into close proximity with Earth's orbit in the coming decades, including around the year 2030. A stark reminder that the celestial forces that may have shaped our distant past could still hold sway over our future. Perhaps the greatest discoveries about our origins still lie hidden, waiting beneath the sediments of time. The echoes of that lost world may yet teach us about our resilience, our capacity for innovation, and the cyclical nature of rise and fall on this small planet, adrift in the cosmic ocean.